Hello. Welcome to Sci-Fi Vision presents Fandom Access for February 10th. Karen will be with us momentarily. Tonight we have less. This time we have a night, what's it called? I can still never remember the title of it.
It's at the top of the screen. A Night of Seven Kingdoms.
A Night of Seven Kingdoms. There we go. And Star Trek Starfleet Academy. I'll get it eventually. So yeah, we have less this time. There's not as much on this week. But we have that, and then Hey B, and then make sure you guys come back tomorrow because we have Wonder Man at 10:30, and we also, of course, have the watch party before that in Discord. So if you're not a member, make sure you join. I'll put the link in the chat. Hey, Kimberly.
You mean 10 o'clock tomorrow? Watch party is at 8:30.
Yeah, the watch party's at 8:30. The live stream's at 10:30, I think, isn't it?
No, 10.
Okay, I don't know. Anyway, it's in the schedule's in Discord. But I think we've been doing 10:30, but it doesn't.
No, we haven't. We've been doing 10.
Okay, I thought we were doing 10:30.
Honestly, I think we did 10:15 because it's an hour and a half to watch the watch party, and then you need a few minutes, right?
Yeah, no, I just said I think we've been doing 10:30. I thought we were, but
have we?
I think so, yeah, because we watch from 8 to 9:30.
That's why I'm up so late on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, we watch the watch.
You got one left. But anyway, please make sure that you like the video, hype it if you can, and subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision. It is always appreciated. And yeah, welcome. Alrighty.
Well, it's good to see you guys. Hello.
Good to see you too. Hello. I see your cat again instead of you.
Hola.
Hello.
I just needed to step into the other room, and I don't want to make you guys sit carrying my laptop around.
It's all good.
I need to get a corn soda. So we don't have a ton on the show tonight, huh?
Nope. Yeah, it's surprise. It feels like we've had so much every week, and then suddenly we don't. But yeah,
that happens all the time. Hey, Kim.
Hello, everybody. Well, what did you guys think about this week? I just thought it was good, but it was also sad. This really is. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it's still. I don't know if it was a really long show. I don't know that I'd keep watching it. It's too depressing, or at least I thought it was depressing this week, but I liked it.
What was depressing? It was triumphant at the end.
Yeah, at the end. But no, it was good. I've liked it. I've said before, I do like the show. If it was like a 20 season hour show or 20 episode hour long episodes, I don't know that I'd watch it, but for what it is and not being that long, I like
it. I know it's coming, and I'm like on the edge of my seat. Like I couldn't wait for that final moment when Baylor shows up. I was like anticipating. I'm like, here we go, and then it ended. And I was like, God damn these half-hour shows.
Yeah,
I really can't wait for the next
I would have liked to have seen more.
And actually, that's the thing I've loved about this so far is it's been perfectly paced. They're hitting all the high notes, and they're ending the episodes at the perfect time too. And even though it's frustrating for me because I want to get to the next part, that's definitely the best spot to end.
Yeah, they want you to come back. That's for sure. They try to do that. I don't know, Kimberly. Game of Thrones is an awful big undertaking, and it's really not my kind of fantasy. I tried House of the Dragon and didn't like it. I can't foresee myself liking Game of Thrones when I didn't like it because I thought House of the Dragon was too violent, and I didn't.
Game of Thrones has too many dead animals for Jamie.
Oh yeah, if it's got dead animals, I definitely don't want it.
And it's very rapey.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I tried House of the Dragon. I did try it. I wanted to like it, but I didn't.
I liked this episode a lot, and I did not see it coming at the end that Baylor would come out and ride with Dunk. So that to me was a great, and the Game of Thrones music starts playing.
Yeah.
Then right, the Game of Thrones theme. I thought it was good, and I liked. I mean, this show is about the regular people, right? Game of Thrones was about like all the upper class lords and landed people and the royalty. And this is about, and like, Jamie said depressing. I get it. Like the whole first part of the episode is like the little guy getting screwed by the elite, right?
Yeah, and all I kept thinking is this is so not fair, but it wasn't fair, I'm sure, back then, but especially in this universe. And
hey, it's not fair. Every day, I feel like every day in America, regular people are getting screwed by the elite, right?
All right, that's true.
Every day in the world, not every day in America, every day in the world. The rich get richer and the poor don't get ahead. And so I get it, Jamie. Like that's when you say depressing, like I kind of felt that in the beginning. And look, it's Fletch, Valar Morghulis, Fletch.
Yeah,
hey,
I don't know what that means, but hi. I guess it means hi. Hi.
All men must die.
It means all men must die.
I see.
Oh, here's my glasses. Yeah, I really liked it.
Westerosi chat.
Westerosi. Fletcher, now you don't have to answer this in the chat, but I feel like, is anybody with us tonight that wasn't watching and just got caught up? Because I feel like we had a couple of people last week who were like, I haven't watched it. And we were like, totally just watch it and catch up with us. But Fletch is a book reader and a watcher. So anyway,
Fletch, I can't wait for the next episode. I'm stoked.
This was episode 4. There's only 2 left. So Jamie, you want to recap it real quick?
Sure. Give me 1 second. I'm looking down, so I put up my little thingy so I wasn't staring off into space while I was doing it. All right. So yeah, I mean that's kind of what you're right with what you were saying. It starts off, I thought, very depressing because he is in the prison. Oh, tell me it didn't do the weird order again. Why does it keep putting them backwards? Hold on, I gotta refresh it.
So he's in what we call a dungeon, I think, not a prison. Not to correct you, Jamie, but it's like,
you're right. It is a dungeon.
I'm not just trying to correct you. I mean, it's really like a dungeon, right? It's like he's literally like making friends with a rat in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Or making friends, he's like petting the rat a little bit. Like that's
I was like thinking, I was thinking you better not like try to hurt the rat or eat the rat or anything weird.
Jamie, I mean, I don't think you need to overreact like that for every scene. Every animal's not going to get killed in a Game of Thrones spinoff, but
I don't know. You guys, I mean, the way I know Game of Thrones is really violent. I don't know, but it was just weird the way they did it. But
I mean, he there's a rat squeaking and he gets up and pets it a little bit, right? Is what happens in the scene.
Yeah. Sorry, hold on 1 second. I am switching. I don't know why the other one keeps let me see if this changes. Yeah, it does. Okay. The other one, for whatever reason, keeps displaying the photos backwards. So I just switched it. It was easier just to start a new one. So it's all good. But he's stuck in his dungeon cell and Egg comes in and is like trying to apologize mostly for lying to him more so than getting him in trouble, because it's kind of his fault that it's not. I mean, what he did, he told him that the girl was getting hurt by his brother. He chose to go try to rescue her, but if he hadn't come to him, obviously Dunk wouldn't have it wouldn't have went down the way it did. But it's not the kid's fault. I mean,
Well, but it is. If he had ever at one point ever been like him a prince and been truthful about who he was, perhaps Dunk would have reacted differently in that moment. And Uncle Baelor is like, you should have come to me, like not gone to Dunk. You should have come to me to complain about your brother, which, the only person who can stop the prince is a higher ranking prince.
Yeah. Although he's not wrong. He didn't really have time to do that. He just was yelling at somebody.
That's what he says.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. It sucks. And that's why I'm just kind of like, this really sucks and isn't fair because he did do what he was supposed to do. And it's like, he's being punished for doing the right thing. And not that doesn't happen at times, but yeah, I found it kind of sad that this all was going down, but at least he was, he was a little bit not as nice to Egg right now while he's in the dungeon because he's a little bit pissed off. But he does say after to Baylor that it wasn't Egg's fault. And this is where we also know. I was just going to say I didn't know like what's his name, Aegon. That's where they get Egg from.
Is his real name, yeah.
Yeah, which I didn't know.
I don't know, AJ.
What?
And maybe Fletch, like this idea of like, is it Egg's fault? Is it not Egg's fault? Should have reacted differently. He is a little kid, but he's been raised in the court, right? Since he was born.
No, you know whose fault it is? It's Arian's fault.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be breaking the fingers of puppeteers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said Egg is responsible, but it's not his fault, is the way I look at it. Like he caused it, he didn't do it intentionally.
Yeah.
But either way, he feels bad that he lied to
He didn't lie, he just omitted a couple things.
Yeah, he did. I know. He's like, you told me you were the same boy. And I'm thinking, no, he didn't. You assumed that, and he just didn't correct you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he did lie. Okay, saying his name was Egg was an actual lie, I guess. But I mean, AJ, you're right. Arian is he's a sadistic. He's not that bright, right? He's kind of stupid. He's sadistic. He's full of himself. He's one of a long line of horrible royalty that preceded him and are yet to come, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's another one of these idiot Targaryens that thinks he's an actual dragon.
Yes, and he's also
that was my other question. He actually thinks that. Then it wasn't so much.
Yes,
he thinks he's a dragon.
I assumed he just called. I mean, when he said that, I didn't know he really thought. I mean, I know he said that, but I didn't know he meant it quite so literally. That's funny. Yeah, he's got issues. Then
he believes he's like the reincarnation of a dragon, or like the spirit of the dragon, or whatever.
That's a different show.
What? No, Arian really thinks that.
No, I know. The wheel. I was joking. The wheel of time. I was making a joke that I guess didn't work.
I didn't catch it. I didn't. I'm sorry.
I didn't catch it either.
Dragon, and I just said that's a different show. I was joking.
Oh, the Dragon Reborn. Yeah.
The Dragon Reborn.
Hey, my joke did not go well.
Yeah, sorry.
But he's a little bit in for Game of Thrones readers and watchers, he's a little bit in that mold of Joffrey, even though Joffrey's not a Targaryen, like another inbred, sadistic, cruel, horrible person, right? Like I definitely was getting Joffrey vibes a little bit, except Joffrey is worse.
Fletch, Egg isn't his father. Egg is his grandfather, the Mad King.
Yeah, the Mad King's his grandson. Jaehaerys, I think, is his son and the father, right? He'll be the father of Jaehaerys. Yeah.
I was gonna say you guys know that stuff. I don't. So I'll just let you get there. Wait, there's a new Merlin? Yeah,
there's a new Merlin.
Yeah.
How did I miss there's a new Merlin?
Well, it's not related to the old Merlin. It's just another, it's a story.
Just a new story.
Times.
Yeah, I know, but I would maybe like it. I didn't know there was a Merlin. I somehow missed that. I haven't been up.
I watched the first 20 minutes and I stopped. I was bored.
Okay, what network is it?
I don't know.
You don't know. I'll look it up here.
I don't know. Anyway.
So yeah, he goes to see. I already forgot what you said. His name was
King Baelor's the Crown Prince.
Baelor. Okay. Yeah, he goes to. Well, he doesn't go to see him. They bring him to see him. He's in charge, and he tells him that he's screwed because of what the brother did, but also the other brother whose name is Is that the one you're saying, Daelor? No, Daron.
What's your question?
Wait, there's a lot of brothers. Whose brother? What are you talking about?
No, this guy is Baelor.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that's what I said. And the other one is Dagon?
No, so you mean this guy's brother, or do you mean the brother of Egg?
This is the brother of
Baelor.
I guess he is Egg's brother. The one that lied.
Damon. Damon was the drunk at the end that was with Egg when Egg ran off and lied and said that Dunk stole him.
Yes. So his name is
Damon.
Daron, I think, right? Daron. It's not Damon. Damon is.
Oh,
I
is
was
it
gonna
Darren?
say, I didn't think it was
Okay.
Damon, but I'm like, okay.
All right, then it's
Yeah.
Darren.
Okay, well, either way, Egg's other brother, the one that was drunk, lied. And they do, talk about him being the one that was at the inn when he met Egg, and they did go back to. He did say when he met Dunk that he had a dream about him or whatever. Yes, that's what I was talking about, Fletcher, the one that had the dream. But yeah, he did not want to get in trouble for the fact that he was drunk and didn't try to save his brother whether he thought he was really being kidnapped or not, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, he was after him.
He was passed out. He doesn't know if he was kidnapped or if he walked off.
Yeah.
He made it up that he was kidnapped.
He made it up so they won't get mad at him. And
to cover the fact that he was passed out and not watching the kid.
Yes. Because his father said, "Where were you? What happened to your brother?" And he's like, can't say I was drunk."
Yeah. Hey, Debbie. Yeah. So he's basically got the double whammy. He's not even being just blamed from Eamon, but Darren's blaming him too. So he kind of can't. I feel like Baylor obviously wanted to do something but can't. He's like, we have to give you a trial. It's the only thing we can do. And that's when he says you can ask for trial by combat if you're good. He asks what kind of knight he is and says it'll at least give him a chance, because he basically says otherwise they're going to cut your hand and foot off for hitting and kicking Aegon. So that's his other choice.
Arian.
He
didn't kick him. You said Aegon.
Yeah, Arian. You're right. Sorry.
I know. It's hard to remember. Baldy and
They are. Why can't they just have names like Tom, Dick, Steve? It'd be easier. But either way, Baylor seems to be a good guy, and seems to be I'd say a fair prince. And we find out later.
So I kind of felt like he would have liked to have just let Duncan go. I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think he kind of wanted to be like, look, my nephew is a prick. He was breaking the girl's fingers, and you stepped in and kind of did the right thing. But unfortunately, the law says you can't touch. You touched a prince, even though he's a very low. I mean, Arian is the son of a
second son of the fourth son.
He's the second son of the fourth son. Arian is the second son of the fourth son. Yeah. So he's pretty low, but he's still a prince of the realm.
I also wonder though too if he just was like, you did the right thing, and this should be let go. It's a misunderstanding. I don't think he'd ever hear the end of it from the rest of his family either. I think he knows that Arian would never let it go. So.
Arian won't let it go, and his father, Maekar, probably won't let it go either, right?
No, Maekar definitely.
Yeah. Tarragon and family is feels like watching Dark. You're not wrong. Is he a duke? He was a prince, not a duke, right?
They're all princes. His father's a prince, so he's a prince. They all count as princes. They don't have those levels like they would in the British royal family. There's all princes.
But right now, Baylor is the one. Is still the highest right now out of the.
He's
princes.
In line for the throne. Yes.
Yeah, he's in line for the throne. So even though he is in charge per se right now, he can't do a whole lot about it. So he's asked to fight or combat. Trial by combat. I'll get it out eventually.
Yeah.
So at least you have a chance of walking away. Yeah, but they don't know what kind of knight he is, and
he doesn't. I think he doesn't know what kind of knight he is.
He doesn't know either now. He doesn't know either. But whenever he gets to, I'm trying to skip ahead here there it is, to talk to them when they bring him out for him to where he has to tell them that. He says that, and clearly, Arian. I mean. I don't know. Do you think he probably was scared of Dunk? He is a big guy. I don't think he's kind of doesn't really want to take a chance. I think he also wants to be an asshole. And
I think absolutely that's why he called for the trial of 7, because he didn't think Dunk could get 7 people.
Yeah,
Well, and
I
also,
think that was the biggest thing.
Also, this is why he kind of cheated and like stabbed the horse in the joust, which was like a low blow, right? Instead of like fighting in the joust fair and square, he went and disabled the horse to beat his foe, which is like a, you know, at best a cheap shot, at worst cheating that nobody will call him on because he's a prince. Like the guy's a weasel. The guy's a weasel.
He is, but who knows if he can actually fight either. I mean, he may not be that good of a fighter.
Yep. And Rockers Los Angeles says like he agreed with the earlier statement. Like Baylor did seem more understanding towards Dunk, and he's clearly aware of Aaron's fuckery.
Yes, but cannot do anything about it. So
yeah,
but yeah, he says, what's it called? Trial of the Seven.
I think it's Trial of the Seven, maybe something like that.
Trial of Seven.
Either way, he's got to get 6 more knights to fight with him. And then the 7 will fight against each other, each group of 7, which to me is like, I know they did things like that back then, but it's like so stupid. It's like when they had to get a second in the second spot and they didn't even fight each other themselves, you know? I never understood that when they do that in this kind of show. At least
I understand it.
For them to fight, but also a bunch of other people.
It's a way the elite rig the game so they're never actually at risk, and they force people less fortunate than them to be, or less high ranking than them, to be the ones to put themselves at risk. It's a total, like, I get it, because it's just more of the royalty protecting themselves and making rules that like protect them and nobody else, right?
Yeah. I can't help but think, though, that clearly this brother only cares about his own skin, though, too, because he's also saying, oh, I'll have my brothers fight you, too. And then if you win, more of us are going to die. You know, like, I don't know that he thinks about that or cares about that. But
he being who? Arian?
Arian. Because I'm just thinking, like, he's scared to fight Dunk, and he's like, well, let me put my whole family up to fight Dunk and other people. But you're right, he doesn't think he'll get.
Well, it doesn't have to be his family. Like, he didn't ask anyone. They all just stood up because they felt like they had to, right? He doesn't know. But, you know, Fletcher's right. For someone that wants to be a dragon, literally, he seemed like a post calling out a Trial by 7.
I agree.
Yeah.
But that's what the rules are, and he has, just as Dunk had the right to ask for combat, he has the right to ask for this. Although most of the princes there hadn't even heard of it before. They have to explain it, and of course, it's also to explain to the audience and Dunk.
No, it's like when somebody in government calls out a law from like 1820 to try to get away with it. Oh, I can call tariffs based on a law from 1820. Okay, right.
Yeah.
I love this picture, by the way. This kind of reminds me of The Last Supper a little bit.
I know, it does. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So the idea is, if he cannot get 6 people, he is automatically guilty. So if you don't have friends, you're screwed, right? It's pretty much the way it goes.
Or, I mean, friends who are capable knights willing to die for you.
That too.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
only
really a person from a wealthy house could get 7 people, right? I mean, and we see later in the episode how people can easily like turn on you just because of their allegiance to, you know, we see later when Fossaway, like, you know, more underhanded moves from the Targaryens to handicap Dunk later.
Yeah. And I think I'm trying to see, my video isn't starting. I think we kind of saw that. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say I saw it coming. I don't know I saw it coming, but I wasn't surprised as soon as that happened. And I'm like, okay, that made, like, of course he screwed him. But yeah, we're not quite to that. But let's see. Here's Arian there. A picture of him. So Dunk is off to try to find fighters. And I'm not going to remember his name. What is this kid's name?
Is that Raymond Fossaway? I can't really see him.
Yeah, Fossaway. Yeah, that was his name. Fossaway.
Yeah, it's Raymond.
Raymond. Okay. He comes to him and tries to get him to go out for a drink. And then whenever he brings him to the tavern, I guess not tavern, but where they're drinking at, his brother's there. And this is where his brother's like, oh, I believe you did.
Cousin. They're cousins.
Cousin. I'm sorry. I thought it was his brother.
That's
okay.
all right. It's hard to
remember all the inbreeding. Cousin.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you did the right thing. I'll stand up for you. the one thing I wanted to ask you guys, because it didn't occur to me until later. I was thinking when I first watched this, when you first find out that he lied, I was thinking, but he got his friends to help. No, he didn't. He didn't get anybody for
That
dumping.
who
No,
lied?
Egg
That
got
who
them
lied?
all.
Yeah, the
When
cousin
you
did.
first when you
They
first
didn't
see
lie.
everybody, they want to give the audience the impression that he got everybody, and so you can have a big heel turn when he's like, "No, I'm fighting for the Targaryens." Then and then Lionel's like, "Passaway." He's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Your squire got us."
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't. I mean, I knew that, but like, it took me a little bit to realize. Oh yeah, he got all of them, because I was thinking like just that one guy. I'm like, no, he got all of them because this guy didn't help him. That's for sure. So yeah,
And of course, I mean, Egg got them all, but I mean, they knew Egg is Egg, but now he's a prince, a Targaryen prince, asking them. So he has a little bit more weight. He has a little bit more weight to his request than he had yesterday.
Yeah, I kind of wondered, like, are they going to say no to him? Like, would they say no? And are they going to not say no just because he's a prince? I don't know that that's exactly fair, but hey, it worked out, so it's all good.
But let's look at the 7th or the 6th, sorry. Let's look at the 4 that he got. Fucking
yeah, they weren't.
The guy that had his horse stabbed, so he clearly wants.
Yeah,
he wants revenge. Yeah,
you got Lionel, who already likes Dunk and isn't a big fan of Targaryens.
Yeah,
and the one-eyed guy that Egg
borrowed the horse.
Told that he borrowed the horse.
And then the Fossaway, he got those 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, Fossaway is fighting for Dunk because he likes Dunk.
Fossaway was the first one to sign up.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. I can't tell which pictures are which. I can skip forward to that. But first, we have the whole thing with him going to get his shield back that girl he liked painted.
Well, he didn't go to get his shield back, right? Did he go?
No, he went back, I think, to see if she was there. And the guy that made his armor came out, and he's like, "I have your shield for you." But he actually upgraded the shield past what Duncan had asked for because he was trying to help. And he really didn't make him pay for it. He's like, "Oh, just a copper." Like, he basically charged him nothing for it to get that.
So there's a little bit of a thing going on here also. Like, okay, yeah, so and so like volunteers to fight because he likes Dunk, and the armorer is like, giving like only charging him like a copper because he likes Dunk. But there's also a thing going on here.
That they hate Arian. There's that too.
Well, the thing that's going on here, don't give me a sec, is people are sick of the Targaryens. Yes, Arian is everybody, like, he's a horrible person that people don't like. But I think at this point, people are really sick of the Targaryen dynasty. They have held the throne for what, AJ, like 300 years at this point, and things aren't going great for their rule, and they will only hold the throne for like another 90 years, right, before Robert seizes it. But right, isn't that sort of like an undercurrent that's going on here with these people volunteering? Like, yeah, they like Dunk, but they're really like the chance to like go against the Targaryens is kind of exciting, also, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
This is the aftermath of their bloodbath after House of the Dragon.
I know.
Well, it's quite a few years later, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm letting you guys do the chat because some of these I don't know what they're talking about. So
Fletch doesn't like the shield. You know what? Dunk kind of didn't like the shield when he first saw it, right?
Yeah.
It was a depressing shield. Here's a good question. So we know that the Raymond Fossaway will switch sides before the match, before the battle. Rockers LA asks, does anyone think that Arian already made the pact with Stefan before this point? I do not.
I mean, he did at some point. It's him there to lie to Dunk. He said that he did.
What?
He sent him to Dunk to make him think that he had people. He said that.
Wait,
or did I misinterpret?
Wait, no, he said no. Basically, what he did was he went to the Targaryens and was like, "Hey, Dunk basically he took advantage of the situation to get himself land and a title.
Okay, I thought
No.
that they sent him to Dunk to make him think that he had the
No.
people. I
No.
guess I misunderstood that then,
But
I
so
don't know.
AJ, and anybody else who's out there watching. Wait, I'm not done discussing this, please.
I didn't do it.
Does it go off by itself? If you
No,
don't,
I didn't do it though. At least I don't think it goes off by itself.
I might have hit it by accident. I didn't realize I did.
So I thought, I didn't think the Targaryens came to him in the night and said, "We'll make you a lord and give you lands if you switch sides." That's what I thought happened. I thought they came to him and convinced that, like, Maekar convinced him to change sides, not that he went and volunteered. Seven went and volunteered to change sides. Did I misinterpret that also? Or is it left to us to interpret how we think that happened? I thought the Targaryens made him an offer, but
yeah, that's kind of what I thought. But I thought it was before he agreed to go.
No. I think it happened during the night, like after.
They made,
I don't think it already happened at this point.
No, I guess you could say it is left to interpretation. At some point, they made him an offer after he agreed to help Dunk, and he took the offer immediately.
Yeah,
Didn't even think about it.
So in answer to this question, Adrian and I think that he legitimately volunteered to help Dunk, and then something changed. He got himself a title and some lands. I don't think he had already made the pact. Jamie, you thought he
I thought he did. I took it, and I don't know, but I took it that he was saying, "Oh, this was the plan," because, like, if you think about it, it would have made sense for him to make him think that he had everybody, because then he wouldn't be still trying to get people because he thought it was good. But I don't know. That's kind of how I took it, but that doesn't mean I'm right either.
I mean, I kind of think that the Targaryens wouldn't go to all that trouble to set up a lie to Dunk and all this because they don't think they can lose and they don't care that much. That's right. That's how kind of I thought about it. Yeah. But Arian is kind of afraid, right? As he should be, because he's a little, yeah. Yeah,
he is big. So Duncan got to help him fight the people that Egg got him, which is, like you said, the guy that's got the broken leg. I don't remember any of their names. This guy with the broken leg, and his horse was stabbed. That other guy was the one missing the eye that had talked to Egg in the previous episode. Which he had known him to go get him. The other guy that's in the background, I didn't know who that was or if we were supposed to know. So
yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know who the fourth one is.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then, of course, Lionel.
Yeah. Stephen Squire did say, I don't know. The Squire is Raymond, right?
Yeah.
Raymond did say, I don't know, when Doug said his cousin would come through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Dieter.
It doesn't matter. It's kind of all open for interpretation. But the point is, the other guy screwed him. And now he is left without enough knights. And this is where Raymond's like, well, knight me, that helps you with one of them, because he's so pissed at his cousin for doing that and for not doing the right thing and, standing up for, because what he did was to save somebody. It's not like he, just got mad at the prince and decided to kick his ass or something like that.
But I get it. It's the law of the land. You can't strike a prince. And if you threw a punch at King Charles because he did something that like you would still go like I get it. You can't assault.
No, you're right. But at the same time, what was he supposed to do? Because that's where
he's supposed to let the prince do whatever he wants because he's divinely, because they believe they're divinely chosen. And I mean, they're supposed to be able to get away with whatever they want. There's an interesting argument going on here, right, Jamie? That
because I know that even Baylor said, he said to Baylor, wouldn't you have done the same thing? And he's like, yeah, maybe. So
he said I would, but I'm a prince, right?
But I can get away with it. Yeah, it's kind of what he said.
But it's an interesting argument, not between you and me, but that argument of a knight's supposed to stick up for the innocent, right? But you also can't strike a prince.
You're supposed to stick up for the innocent unless it pisses off the people in charge, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
All righty. So I lost where we were. So like I said, Raymond offers to, there he is.
Yeah, he's like, knight me right now. Knight me right now.
Oh, we also have, I have a picture. We have this guy too. That Lionel, who I like Lionel. He's funny.
The laughing Baratheon.
Fight with them, and he's like, I'll knight him, you go, because they're basically like calling him and he doesn't have time to do it, so Lionel's gonna do it.
And here's another way the game is stacked. Like, you have to fight for your life, but if you can't find 7, then you can't fight, and you just get right. You can't go in single-handed. Like, if you can't find 7 friends, well, then obviously you're guilty. It's the gods saying you're guilty, so you should be killed.
Yeah, their justice system is not so great. So he asks the guy, I don't know who he was, but the one guy, he asked him if he could talk to the people a minute, and he goes up and he's like, isn't there anybody who's not a coward who will help me because of what he did, and like saying, that the people know that he did the right thing. Nobody likes Arian, but they're not going to go against him. And then we have this guy who stands up and pretends he's going to go with them just to fart. That was rude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
it's funny actually, because I'm just waiting for Baylor the whole time to show up, and that guy stands up and I'm like, what is this guy doing? I'm like, are they changing something? I'm like, what the fuck? And then he farts, and I was like, there we go.
Yeah, you have to have we need a 7th person yet. He was only the 6th, so we need one more.
Fletch says Duncan's speech gave me chills. It felt like I was hearing Jon Snow. It was a good speech. It was a really good speech that he gave. It was excellent.
Kind of reminded me.
Says, go ahead.
I was just saying his speech actually kind of reminded me of In Knight's Tale.
Oh, does he make a speech like that? I hate that movie. Does he make a speech like that?
When he gives the speech at the end, towards the end of the movie, when he's finally using his real name finally.
Oh yeah. Golden Child says the ultimate troll move, farty guy. I guess that's the ultimate troll move, standing up only to.
It was so rude.
And I don't always go to these from comments, but Jade was reincarnated from Lionel Baratheon. I get that. I really get
it too. I know. I was thinking the same thing when she said that. I get that.
Looks like him a little, and he acts like him.
Yeah, maybe that's why we like him. Yeah. I like Lionel. Now, let me ask you, because again, I don't know who's important and who isn't. Is that princess or whatever she is that they keep showing? I don't have a picture of her, but they keep showing in the audience. I think, now that I think about it, she talked to Dunk.
Yes.
In the one episode. I'm assuming, important, right?
I don't know if she's important, but she's the daughter of Baelor, right? She's another
princess,
high ranking, and she did speak to Dunk when she ran into him in the hallway. And didn't she say something like, "You're stupid and you're going to die," or something like that?
Something to that extent, yeah.
But I don't know if she's like.
I think she was just being an annoying kid at that moment, so I didn't really think much of it.
Well, the thing to take from that scene, the reason they kind of focus on her is because the seat next to her is empty. That's Baelor. Baelor should be sitting in that seat, and he's not there.
I see. Okay, that's working you into it then ahead of time if you're paying attention. In other words,
so it's a little. Oh, so she's the birthday girl. The reason for the tourney. I guess
probably. Actually, there she. I don't have a close up of her, but there she. You can see her.
Yeah. So that's a little foreshadowing. If any of us had noticed, Baylor's not in his chair. So where is he? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where he's like, "You're all cowards," and he hopes it works. And then Baylor comes out, and yay! That was cool. I did like that moment. And it's good. It's like the important guy sticking up for the little guy, I guess. That's kind of the way.
Well, but it's huge, right? Because he's going to ride against his brother and his nephew.
Yes. They're like, why? One of his is it his nephew, brother? I don't remember. One of the people in his family questions him, and he's like, he just, stopped somebody from getting hurt. He did what a nice.
It was his brother. His brother.
Okay. And he's like, he did tonight was supposed to do. So he's going to stick up for him. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be the brothers fighting each other. That's quite interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I guess we'll find out.
Wait, they're doing the tournament because of the girl?
That's what.
If that's the case, I missed that, and then that means that's not Baylor's daughter. That's Ashford's daughter.
I can't even remember the character's names.
Who's Astrid? Who's Astrid? Who's Astrid?
Who's Astrid? I don't know. Who's Astrid?
You said it's Astrid's daughter.
Ashford.
Oh. Like who's Astrid? I'm Googling this. Why are they having that?
Yeah, I missed that. I didn't hear anything.
She's not even in the credits.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember hearing anything about a birthday, but maybe I missed it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought just throw an attorney. They're having an attorney because they're broke.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sure. Okay, so maybe that's mistaken. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they're having this. So Jamie, this is the end of the episode, right?
Yeah.
Her name is Lady Gwyn Ashford. She is Ashford. Okay.
I didn't think she was Baylor's daughter. I just kind of went with it.
She's Lady Gwyn Ashford. It's Ashford's daughter. So Ashford's hosting the tournament for his daughter's birthday, and the Targaryens have come to participate in it.
I also wanted to, before we get, I know we went past it, but I did want to show this guy, like their armor is so like, I don't know. I'm used to seeing armor more like Duncan's armor, and theirs is so like, I can't think of the word I want, but like so pompous.
Ornate?
Yeah, it's ornate, but I mean like in a pompous way, because he's got like apples all over it, because that has to do with their family. And I get that that's why they did it, but I don't know. I thought his armor was funny.
Well, they're rich. So it's pretty common throughout the books in particular go into descriptions of their helmets will have like animals on them and things like that. And like you can, it's partly maybe so that you can recognize the different riders by their armor. Once they're all suited up, you can't tell them apart, right? Yeah, so you can recognize.
There we go. Debbie's got the word ostentatious.
Yes. Thank you, Debbie.
I just knew his was bronze too, but his like I guess his kind of is too. He's got some.
Yeah, he's got the 3-headed dragon on his chest.
Yeah, he just can't get there on the horse.
Yeah,
and there's Dunk. He's somewhat happy, I guess. I mean, as happy as he can be for knowing that he's going to be fighting for his life here.
But he's not. Because we kind of skipped over.
You skipped over the key part of the whole episode.
The conversation with Darren. He's going against Darren, and Darren's like, just hit me on the side of that helmet, make it look good. He's already telling Dunk, I'm gonna take the fall.
Okay, see, I guess I don't understand how fights like this work then. I assumed they were all just going to battle each other until one side loses. You're saying like they each fight one person.
Yes, that's why there's 7.
Okay, I assume just 7.
There's 7 because there's 7 gods, but there's also 7 because that's how 7 is an odd number and you can't have a tie.
Right. So I just assumed that both of them were gonna
win 4-3.
Attack, like a war or whatever. I don't know. That's what I envisioned.
No, it's each person jousts another person from the other side.
Actually, didn't they say in this episode, somebody said, trial by 7, so it's not just jousting, there'll be maces and there'll be other kinds of weapons.
Okay, so he's automatically going to defeat, what'd you say his name, Darren, or whatever his name is, because he's going to just pretend he loses, so that way he won't kill him. Yes. So how does he win, though? Doesn't he still have to beat Arian, or does he not have to?
No, Arian goes against somebody else.
What? He doesn't really have to do anything then.
Huh?
I assume, like I said, I thought they were all going to fight each other, but even if they don't, I would still think like the winners would fight each other, but you're saying they don't. So as soon as he defeats that drunk guy, he's done?
Yes.
No. That's pretty easy.
It's not. Oh, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. He needs himself. I mean, he needs at least 4 people to win. against people that are like good at it.
That's what I mean. It's not just him that has to. That's what I was asking. Like they at least have to all 4 of them win. I get it. It has to be the majority wins.
Yes.
But at least he knows he'll beat him.
AJ, you're saying you think they fight one-on-one, one at a time?
Yes.
That seems kind of...
Karen's like, I am. Really?
That seems kind of dumb to me.
Yeah, I just envisioned it like a battle is the way I envisioned it. But that I know nothing. I mean, I haven't read these books or seen these shows, so I have no idea. But that's interesting. It just seems like it's too easy. And I thought I also
I don't know why. I don't know what about that sounds easy to you.
Well, no, it's easy in the fact that the other guy is going to let him win. That's why I'm saying it's easy, not normally easy. But I also assumed it was to the death. Like it sounds like they just have to like dehorse them or knock them down or whatever.
Well, they would have to yield. They would have to say they yield.
Yes,
right?
they have to yield.
All right, fair.
And this is about the gods declaring whether Dunk is, their thought process is, like the Vikings, or the Romans or the Greeks back in the early days when the gods did this because they're mad at us, or the gods will decide this. Their whole thing they're saying is, if Dunk is guilty, then the Targaryen side will win. Period.
Yeah.
But I disagree. I mean, I know you've read the book, so I really don't know why I would possibly disagree with you. But I'm going to anyway and say that from what I've seen on the screen, I don't think it's 7 one-on-one battles. I think it's a melee, 7 versus 7 in a melee until one team wins.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to wait and see how they do it. But
B's asking also, do they just start with 2 and then whoever wins fights the next one and they go down?
That's what I said. I thought like at least the winners would fight each other, but I also thought it was probably to the death too. So I kind of assumed that like they were going to keep fighting until they died.
Then how do they pick who fights against each other and how do they pick? Like, I think it's a melee, really. But I mean, I can.
Well, Darren or whatever his name is did say that he knew he was going to fight him, so that actually makes sense. But I don't know. AJ's read it, so I trust AJ. But I agree with you; it's stupid. They should just all be fighting each other. Yeah. You want to go back?
There's too much. Let me put it to you this way: if it was a melee, there would be too much left to chance with that many Targaryens in it that they could all die.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was saying that I was surprised in a way that he's like.
The only one's life that's supposed to be in jeopardy is Duncan's.
True. But I'm assuming that somebody is going to get bested if Baylor is fighting them. The question is, who's Baylor going to fight? That's what I'm interested to.
Well, here's the thing. It's not a crime if princes attack each other, right? Like all the other Targaryens can hit them. Right.
Yeah. I assume in this situation, he's supposed to try to hit them, and that's okay. He is supposed to try to kill them, right?
No, nobody's trying to kill anybody.
Get them to yield.
Okay, so this is just to win, like a tournament type win. Then it's not okay. See, I didn't get that.
Think of it like a trial with 7 jurors. You need 4 of them to say he's guilty.
It's a Game of Thrones show. I assume that's why I assume it's to the death. I don't.
No, it is not to the death.
Okay, that's so they have no. They're
I
not
mean,
trying.
A person could be killed, yes, but you can
yes.
yield.
Could somebody die? Absolutely.
And
somebody could absolutely die, but it's not to the death.
But like if somebody knocks you off your horse, you can say I yield and you're done. Like
yes.
that, like the one brother's gonna do. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I feel stupid, but I know nothing about these books or shows or anything. I just know they're bloody. So I assume it's going to be a bloodbath when I watch it. You want to go to some of the comments in there that you stored?
Yes, I want to talk about how you skipped in these pictures. We've skipped the really a pivotal part of the episode when Darian comes to Duncan and he's like, listen, I'm sorry, like I'm getting killed, lied, saying that you kidnapped my brother, like to save my own ass, and they're gonna get killed, and I feel really bad about it. So make it look good.
No, yeah, I didn't mean.
Oh, I have a lag. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Am I frozen?
I can. No,
I have a lag. Can you hear me?
You seem
Can you hear me now?
fine to us. Yeah, you
Oh,
seem
I have a
fine to
lag. I
us.
lost you guys for a minute. But he says like it doesn't really. Okay, I
Yeah,
lost
now
you guys for a minute there. I
And
had
then we lost you.
a spinning wheel of death.
yeah,
for a
then we
minute.
lost you. Hold on, I'm looking for the pictures. I didn't realize I skipped
So he
that.
says
I see
like,
now I did.
hello?
Yeah, keep going.
And he says like, listen, wait, he says, listen, it doesn't matter anyway. I had a dream about you. And I dreamed of you with a dead dragon, like you're lying on the field and the dragon's on top of you, but the dragon's dead. And Dunk says, did I kill the dragon? And Darren's like, I don't know about that, but the dragon's definitely dead.
Yeah.
Right? It's a
yes,
like
which is
it's
obviously saying Arian, probably Arian, is going to end up dead. I'm assuming.
yeah.
Either way, don't
and
win.
so we had a comment up here that I'm trying to go back to and find. Targaryens and their weird dreams, but the dreams are always right. Like prophetic dreams are a thing in the Game of Thrones universe, and the Targaryens have them.
But it's not always what you think it is.
Right. Like it could be right, a dead dragon, but you know, as Dunk says, did I kill him? And Darren's like, well, I don't know. I didn't. Right. So
yeah, I guess technically it could just be he won. It doesn't necessarily have to even be the dragon died, but we're assuming it means
and the dead dragon doesn't have to mean Aryan. It could mean Baelor, or it could mean Egg. It could. There's like a lot of Targaryen.
Dragon.
Like 4 Targaryens are involved here, right? At least 4. At least 3 are going to ride to battle. 4 of them, right? Baelor, Maekar, Aryan, and Darien are all riding in this melee.
I just want to put B's comment real quick. B, I'm not saying that they that could be right. They could all be jousting at the same time, but it doesn't mean that their winners go against each other. So I mean, they could do like we did in the first joust they had where there was 4 of them lined up. They could very well do it like that, but
it's not.
That's the end of it.
They're not going to all just gang up and attack Dunk. In other words,
right?
They can't do that.
It's not just jousting. There are other kinds of fighting involved also. According
Well, yeah,
to
if you get knocked off your horse, then you can, then you get the sword and the shield and the mace or whatever. But somebody could also yield in the before that.
Yes, as Darian intends to do here. But yes, It is important that prophetic dreams. Sorry about that. These pictures are really dark and they're like this big, so it's hard to see what I'm clicking on.
I mean, Golden Child, is it like a skills challenge? I mean, I think it's not a skills challenge like the Olympics is a skills challenge. It's a skills challenge like, oh, like you're about to kill me, so I declare mercy and I yield, so you won't kill. Right? You could get killed in this, and I could see a scenario where like Arian wants to kill Duncan, right? He's not gonna
he would never
go for a yield on this, right?
Yeah. Like if it comes down to the 2 of them fighting, I think he would end up making Dunk kill him because I don't think he would want to be disgraced like that.
Well, I think his goal of trial by 7 is to get someone else to do it, so he doesn't have to go up against Dunk directly.
That too.
Right.
Yeah.
Which his brother Darren is the one going against Dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that worked out in Dunk's favor, I guess.
I mean, none of this is in his favor, right?
No, but I mean, the one that he's fighting it's in his favor since that guy's going to yield right away.
We don't know that. I don't know why you're saying that's the one that he's fighting. That's not like.
That's what you guys said. Now I'm confused even more. I thought he was fighting this brother point.
That's why I think it's a melee of 7-on-7, and he's like, if you get the chance, knock me out, and I won't fight against you. There's not like we don't.
No, he's saying no, Karen. It is 7 versus 7. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if they do it all at the same time, each person goes against a different person. He's going against Darren.
But why? Because these 2 decided they're going to go against each other. Like that's not.
I don't know who did. I don't know who decided it, but Darren knows that he's going against Dunk.
Maybe he knows that because of the dream, though.
I really.
All right. Do you remember the first episode that we saw? The where there was like 4 of them, and they were all jousting at the same time.
Yeah, but they each had a lane.
Right. Everybody has their own lane, and you stay in your lane.
Yeah. I
think the problem is it's hard to picture that. Like I get what you're saying, but
I'm not saying that's how it's going to be. It could just be one at a time, or it could be like that. How about this?
No. Yeah.
Sunday night. You can watch it and find out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, Karen, I agree. It's dumb if they're not doing it that way, whether it's the way they do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like what I saw on the screen has not articulated that to me. I didn't see on the screen anybody saying we have 7 pairs. They're going to fight each other and we're going to pick names out of a hat to decide who fights against each other. Like, then why? Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, we'll find out soon enough, I guess.
I guess.
If he just whacks the guy in his helmet and then quits and stands there and waits for the rest to fight, then we'll know it.
Yeah, I don't really. So, all right. So, but we have a few comments that we wanted to it's going to be just like when they had 5 against 5, but it wasn't 5 against 5. It was 1 against 1 5 times.
That's right. I think what he's saying, isn't it, AJ?
Say what now?
That it's 1 against 1 7 times. Is what you're saying. Yes. Okay, that's.
Or they could do it all, or they could do it all at once. But everybody has their. If they do it all at the same time, everybody has their own lane.
All right, that's dumb.
It is dumb. I agree.
But why is that dumb?
Because the way that I'm looking at it, and again, I'm looking at it because I don't know what's going on. Like I'm thinking, okay, so Dunk fights Darian, knocks him out, Darian yields, so he just stands there and waits for everybody to finish fighting. Like it isn't all in his control.
He's not going to just stand there in the middle of it. He's going to go off to the side. But yeah,
well, I know, but that's why I assumed they were going to keep fighting. But I also, like I said, I also assumed it was to the death. But I just
it's not. Yeah, it's not. They don't keep fighting.
Like that I get, but I didn't. I don't know. I didn't get that. It wasn't. It wasn't really explained how they're going to do this fight. But it's just interesting to me that they would do it that way because that seems like it doesn't give Arian as easy a time as winning almost because it's like 4 of them have to win and it's not just like a brawl. I don't know. I just saw it like Karen said, like a melee.
Because it doesn't matter who does what because the gods are deciding.
Yeah, that's true too.
The gods are going to decide who wins and who loses.
Yeah, that's also kind of dumb. But
and if Arian ends up dead, then they'll think that the gods think he was wrong, I guess, for what he did.
All right, we have a few comments that I just want to run through before we move on to the next show, if that's okay. Fletch has always wondered if Duncan is a Targaryen bastard since he comes from Flea Bottom. Which is Jerem's favorite spot to hide royal bastards. That's true. I don't know. He's not. I don't think he's blonde enough. I think if he was a secret Targaryen, he'd have the hair because like so much of the bastard royal children throughout these books is that they look exactly like the person who fathered them, right? Like
to be fair, that Darian's hair doesn't look that blonde. Right there, and that although it is nighttime, but I didn't think his hair looked that blonde.
They're all blonde, the Targaryen. Like
but it's not like white blonde. Like
if you're a secret bastard, you almost always look exactly like the person who fathered you. So I just wanted to take that. Does the panel think Sir Arlen really made Duncan a knight? This is a question, right?
Yeah. I think so, just because I don't think he would lie and go there. Just knowing Dunk, who they're trying to say he is, I couldn't see him making that up.
Really? I could kind of see Dunk wanting so badly to be a knight and believing so much in. I mean, he obviously has this idea of Sir Arlen that he was maybe a better knight than he really was, right? And I feel like he's got this idea and wants to be a knight so bad, and was also totally flat broke and could only get in here by. Like, I feel, again, like a Knight's Tale, saying you're a knight when you're really not, and then earning the right to be a knight, kind of earning your spurs a little.
Yeah, I would see if he didn't actually knight him, but I feel like I believe he at least said, like, I want you to be a knight or something.
Or taught him the ways of being a knight, but maybe never actually, he could have died before he actually knighted him.
Yeah, that part could be true, but I don't think
I mean, AJ, what did you think, at least when you were reading the book at this point?
That he knighted him.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Fletch thinks no one made him a knight. You can see when he's about to make Raymond Fossway a knight, he doesn't even know the words. Thank God Lionel was there. That's a good point. Dunk seemed to not really know what to do, right? When Raymond wanted to be knighted.
I felt like he was hesitating because he didn't want Raymond involved in it.
Or, risk dying.
I can see that. And Raymond doesn't maybe really have the skills that he would need to, because he's a squire, Raymond, right?
That's how I took it, that he doesn't think he can win and that it's dangerous.
No way, Fletch. Debbie says, Dunk says the bird witnessed it, but he didn't see the bird until after burying Sir Arlen. Yeah. Another clue that maybe Dunk is not, it is stretching the truth at a minimum, right? Duncan, Fletch feels, Debbie, Duncan is just lying about Sir Arlen making him a knight. So the crowd seems to feel that Duncan was not knighted. Much of the crowd. Who do you think is going to win the trial? Place your bets. AJ, you can't speak. Jamie, who do you think is going to win the trial?
I would hope the Dunk wins, because otherwise this show sucks and I'm done watching it.
Yeah, if he loses, then he has to be killed, right? If he loses, does he get killed, or if he loses, does he just lose the hand and the foot that he struck the prince with?
I assumed they were going to put him to the death if he lost, but I don't know. I clearly don't know the rules of the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he going through this? Look, it's Westeros. If your hand and your leg get chopped off, you could probably die from like gangrene. Like their doctors are not really. You could live or you could die. You probably have like less than a 50-50 shot of living, right? I don't know, but I think are they all going through I think 6 people wouldn't agree to help you just to save your foot from being chopped off, right? Like 6 people are going to join you going against the Targaryens to save you from dying, maybe. But I don't really know. That's not really clear. But I agree with you. If he doesn't win, what is the point of this show? just to be depressing. I don't know. And we have 2 episodes. So is it going to be shown next week, or is this going to be saved for episode 8?
I would think that it would be at the end of it, unless there's like something big that happens after the fact. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. All right. I think that's all that we need to cover over there. Bill thinks Dunk wins. Couple more questions here. His mom is Dornish. That's right. His mom is Dornish, isn't she? And okay, fair enough. Baelor Targaryen doesn't have a blonde hair on his head. He's kind of dark and gray, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Sir Arlen taught him how to be a knight, but never knighted him really. And I feel like yes, a melee is everyone fighting just like a brawl. That's one reason why I'm confused. Yes. Although I think I introduced the word melee here. All right. We're going to see next week how it works out. All right. Anything else about this show?
I just wanted to answer Fletch's question from earlier. I think they're going to go right for it.
It better not be a clown in the sewer.
What?
Isn't that a clown in the sewer?
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
He spelled it with capital letters. Sorry. He didn't have to majorly flash over getting it next episode.
Because he's trying not to spoil stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I can't wait. I'm enjoying this. This is like, I feel like this is the Wonder Man of Game of Thrones. Like Wonder Man is this small, like character centered, like little person kind of Marvel. And this is the small little person character centered kind of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's fair. Are they doing any more like this or no?
This is supposed to get 3 seasons. There are 3.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we said there was going to be more seasons. Yeah. So are there, I can't remember what you said. Are there other books or is it just that one book?
There's 3 books.
There are 3 books.
There are 3. So they have more story then to pull from. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, but I don't think the next one picks up like the next day after this one. I think it might. I don't know, but I think it might be like a year later, or 2 years later, or a month later. I don't know, but I think they're not all telling the same story. It's another adventure.
Yeah.
There's any number of books that GRM has, but for this series, there's 3, and there will be 3 seasons.
They're all a year apart, so there'll be some kind of flash forward.
I'm losing my battery here.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
All righty. Well, before we switch over,
all right. So on to the next, you guys.
Thanks,
everybody who's watching.
Everybody, if you haven't, please make sure that you like the video, hype it if you can, and subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision, and join us tomorrow at I'm pretty sure it's 10:30, but we'll double check for Wonder Man, and we have the watch party at 8:30 in Discord, and I will try to find it from if I have time. Right now, I have a lot of screeners I got to watch before tomorrow, but I will probably pop back in if I can when you guys are done. I'm probably just going to go off camera. But you guys have Starfleet yet, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
All right. So thanks everybody. If I don't know how many are sticking around for Starfleet Academy, I know some of you guys are. This was episode 5, and it is called Series Acclimation Mil, right? Which is Sam's name, Series Acclimation Mil. AJ, I know you liked it.
I loved this episode.
Yeah.
There was so many things to love. Not only we get to know Sam a little bit better and understand her purpose in all this.
Yeah.
But the love letter to DS9 was great.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was interested to hear what you were going to say. Oh my God, do you hear that noise? There's like a fleet. There's a fleet of bobcats outside my. There's like 8 or 10. No, I'm sorry. I was so distracted. There's like at least a dozen bobcats outside my house, like the little snow moving machines. I didn't know. Where I live, the entire city has been flooded with bobcats for like the last week as they tried to move snow out of here, right? After 3 weeks. And so there's 12 bobcats outside my house right now, making a lot of noise. Sorry about that. I love this also, and I was interested. You told me earlier that you love this episode, but we never discussed what you liked. And I was interested to hear whether it was just the tribute to DS9, love letter to DS9, or did you really like Sam? Because there's a part of this episode that was kind of goofy and silly, and to quote Captain Nala, shenanigans. There was shenanigans going on, and I wasn't sure if you loved all of it. But it sounds like you did. Do you like Sam as a character?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I really like this episode because we learned, because at first I didn't realize that she was there as an emissary, So that really changed everything for her, really, when they kind of dropped that out there. Because if she fails, then her species doesn't become part of Starfleet.
Of the Federation, yeah. So I guess you're right. I knew she was there as a representative of her people and the first of her species and the first member of her species to like go out into the world, into the universe and meet people. Like they've been really keeping to themselves. I can't really think of the word I'm looking for, but you're right. I guess I didn't realize she was an emissary, and the word emissary is kind of loaded within Star Trek, and particularly in light of DS9, right? The word emissary has like a real meaning as to what it is. A little more than just a diplomatic role. So I guess I didn't really realize that either. I do like her as a character. She's a little, I gotta say, she's grown on me. Like in the first episode, I thought Sam was kind of a lot, but I think she's supposed to be a lot, right?
Well, yeah, because she's just, she's basically a program that's programmed to be 17.
It's a sentient program.
Yeah.
That's programmed to be 17, yeah. There are no photographs in the press dump of her people. She calls them her people. They're like a energy being, kind of, right? I mean, they're photonic. And if they're not programmed to have a body like her, they just look sort of like a patch of light. They just look like a little wavy thing, right? There were no pictures of them, but we all watched the show, so we all know what they looked like. I didn't realize they were going to come to her and bother her and tell her stuff while she was at school, right? But apparently they want, like, they're very controlling, and they want her to check in all the time.
Yeah.
And they're telling her what classes to take. So we met her new professor, whose name I don't know. We're going to call her new professor. Do you remember her name?
Illa.
Illa? Ilya. Yeah, I could be Googling this while we're talking. But you're right. I think it's Ilya is her name. And she's teaching this class about whatever. It's a class that Sam wants to get into, and she has to like finish a research project before she'll let her into the class, kind of, right? Am I getting that basically okay?
Yes.
Did you know anything about this episode before you watched it? Did you know that it was going to be? Okay. Because it takes a while to get from this to this, right? To get into or to get to Cisco's. Like, it takes a long time to get from let's take a class to like the mystery of Ben and Cisco. But it kind of worked for me.
Oh yeah. I mean, I loved everything about it. And it didn't feel forced. Everything was fluid. It made sense. I'm glad. I like it when shows can re-explore something like this and find a way that it feels natural.
Right. And I had read an interview with the writer of this episode, who worked on this for a really, really long time. Her name is. I mean, I'll look it up while we're talking about this, because I should have this at my fingertips if I was more professional. But she really felt that in the interview, she says that she really felt that Deep Space Nine has not been given its, not that it's not been given its due or not appreciated, but it's been kind of overlooked in recent Star Trek, and particularly since Discovery, and the post-Discovery and getting into Starfleet Academy. We have mentioned other past characters and other past things that happened, and it's DS9 just kind of happened out there and hasn't been integrated or mentioned. So it was important to her to bring that in here. I'm not really articulating that well, but you know what I mean, right? Am I making myself make sense a little bit at least?
Yes.
And Deep Space Nine was a really great show that it kind of sits out there on its own a little bit, don't you think? Because it's set on a space station, not on a starship, and it's a little darker. It's kind of dark, Deep Space Nine, don't you think?
Yeah, it's probably the darkest of all of them.
Yeah,
there's so many things about Deep Space Nine that set it aside from all the other Star Trek shows, because you're literally in one spot.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the war breaks out with the Dominion, and they're they're stuck on this they're operating a space station. They don't move. Stuff happens around them. People move through the space station. They never go to they don't go around to other planets like every other show, right? People come to them, and the characters are more conflicted, I think, in Deep Space Nine than they are in other Star Trek shows. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Most of the Starfleet people in the Star Trek universe are pretty have a pretty strict moral compass, and they don't cross the line. And Ben Sisko had to walk right up to that line more often, I think, and he did cross it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I liked it, and I agree with you that I like the way they managed to make like the whole I'm in college, I'm new at this kind of aspect did flow and sit nicely with the whole like Mystery of Ben Sisko business. I thought. I agree with you. They made it flow and fit in well. And I hadn't really thought about what happened to Ben Sisko after the end of, when he goes with the prophets, he falls in like that pit or whatever, right? And I hadn't really thought about, it's kind of sad to think that he left his new wife and his son behind, right? Never to see them again. But that was the prophecy. The prophecy was, what was they say in this episode? That if he married her, he would only know sorrow or something like that, right? How'd you like the way they told the story of Ben Sisko?
It was interesting because anybody that's seen DS9 already knows the story and already know, you know what I mean? So I think it was interesting the way they chose to do it. I really like the book that
Jake
wrote.
Yeah.
And it was great to see him again. Like I wasn't sure if they were actually, when they were talking about him and then he appeared, I was like, holy shit, that's actually Jake.
Yeah. It was great to have him. So they couldn't get Avery Brooks. I don't know if they even really asked him. No, I mean, I haven't seen anywhere they actually he retired from acting over 20 years ago, and he's shown never acted again, right?
Right. So that monologue, that line that he gives at the end of the episode, is Avery Brooks' voice. He gave them permission to do that. That is actually from after he quit acting. He was playing jazz, and that is actually a line from one of his songs, a spoken line from one of his songs.
Spoken word, yeah. So they couldn't get him. He's shown no interest in coming back to acting, and he didn't want to be on Star Trek again, but he did give them permission. You're right. And so in the interview I read with the writers, they said that this actor's name is Sirach Lofton. Is that his last name? Is it Sirach Lofton?
Yeah.
That he he's very close still with Avery Brooks, and he was in constant contact with Avery Brooks about the story and like asking questions on certain things. So I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth and say Avery Brooks endorsed it or helped with it, but he was okay with. He was like, Sirach was their emissary to Avery Brooks, and he was in touch with him. So Avery Brooks is like, it would be, we can't, anybody out there who thinks Avery Brooks would not be okay with the way they've told the story would be incorrect. He's okay with the way they told the story. So Sam has this conversation with Jake here, which is, how'd you make of that conversation? Do you is it two holograms talking to each other? Is she kind of imagining it? Like, what do you think was going on in this scene?
I took it as two holograms talking to each other.
And they can talk because they're holograms and like...
I took it to be Jake was kind of like the doctor in a way.
Okay. That like he's... Jake is not living, obviously, because he lived 800 years ago. But that this hologram has his thoughts, has his personality and his memories or whatever.
Yeah. And
then is able to have a really nice conversation, I guess, with Sam.
Yeah.
And so Jake says like he didn't miss anything. He was always with us. I can't explain it, but he was always there. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing, right? So do you take that to mean that Ben Sisko came back?
Say that again?
Do you think so? So Sam is very like all through this. Sam is kind of really sad. Like at the end of it, she's really sad that like being an emissary meant that Ben Sisko had to go away and like give up his family and everything he loved. And like she gets kind of depressed that like emissaries are kind of doomed, right? And and you have to give up everything in order to be a proper emissary. And Jake, is like, well, no, he was always there. Like, he didn't really, like, I can't really say, but like Jake assures her that Ben
still did what he wanted to do. Ben still got married. He still raised his son. He still did everything that he wanted to do, regardless of the fact that he was an emissary.
So when he falls in that end of Deep Space Nine, when he disappears and goes with the prophets forever and is never coming back, you like this speech. I'm just trying to parse out what this speech could mean. Like, did Jake mean like he was with us in spirit, or like that he literally came back and visited them from time to time or forever?
I think in spirit.
Like the way, like my mom is with me now, even though she's dead.
Yeah.
Not like so. Some people are interpreting it literally that Ben Sisko like was able to come back from time to time from being a prophet with the prophets.
Yeah, not literally, just in spirit.
Okay, all right, thank you. I kind of agree with you that I don't think maybe he literally came back to hang out, but kind of like Avery Brooks didn't come back to do this episode, but he was there in spirit. He was there for it, kind of. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. There are two side stories going on. One is the gang. One is Sam going around. This is when Sam like meets the Bajoran, and she like Sam really she's like a bull in a china shop at every turn of her research, right?
Yeah.
And she alienates a lot of people except for her little gang of friends. And they end up, there's a whole scene where they go to the bar.
The bar scene was great.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of like, I love how I love when the gang is like, oh, I heard there's a cadet bar. And Genesis is like, oh, yeah, I love that place. Like, Genesis has already been there, hung out there. Of course she has. They agree to go. They have this great time in the bar. They get in here they're doing shots against War College. They get in a bar fight. I mean, was it necessary? No. Was it fun? Yeah. And there was a couple little scenes here that were kind of interesting, right? Like Jaden dancing with it. You think that guy's going to be his War College boyfriend?
Yeah, probably. I definitely see it going in that direction.
Yeah, I think so too. They seem to be going towards a
regular Romeo and Juliet.
Kind of, yeah. Like they were dancing together, and the way they were dancing, they had to like hold hands to dance like that, right? They were like kind of touching each other. They seem to be going that way. And this Vulcan guy is kind of the main jerk over there at War College.
Well, the chick is pretty much, she's kind of main jerky too.
Oh yeah, that's her head in the lower left of this shot. She's the main jerk, yeah. We also had, so she's not in this picture. Caleb and what's her name? I want to call her Talia. That's not her name. That's their first kiss, right? I think.
Oh,
I want to call her.
You confused me. You confused me with the picture you were showing. Who you were talking about?
She's not in this picture.
That's why you're confused. Yeah, it's about time those two finally kiss, because I'm kind of getting tired of their whole.
I mean,
teenage.
Will they or won't they is cute only up to a point, right? And then it becomes like a little bit tedious, especially like. Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, especially after Sam was like, doing her whole thing. She's like, like it's so obvious, like your heart rate changes and this and that, all the different things she said because she can read people's,
Yeah. She can read. She's like, blood is flowing to your face and other places.
Yeah. He's like, hey.
Yeah. She's like, and then she's like, why do you deny that you want sex? Why is it so hard for you to ask for sex? She says, or something like that, right? She's very matter of fact. And these two have been like doing this little, like flirty little dance. I think you're right. It's about time. Only this is not like it's a teen show, but it's not a teen show where you can be will they or won't they for 5 seasons. Like these two had to get on with it, so they kissed. Which
Oh wow, that's a good point, Debbie. I didn't think about Joseph either.
Oh my god, I forgot his baby brother. Yes, I totally forgot his baby.
We all forgot about his baby brother.
That's right. That's right. He was never mentioned. I mean, I could maybe see why Sam didn't go in search of him because he wouldn't really have known Ben and not have much to say. But like Jake never says, "Oh yeah, my brother," blah blah. Yeah, it's like he doesn't exist.
That's funny.
Oh, thanks for
We all
bringing that
forgot
up.
about him.
Yep, we all forgot about him. I see a lot of I look at the comments. I see a lot of come in.
Yeah, because Jamie's commenting.
Oh, okay.
That's why they're going by so quick.
Every time Jamie comments, like 5 comments come up. So one more thing before we discuss the other side story. So Jake's book, we talked about, you really like the part with Jake's book. And Professor Earlier had the book, and at the end, Sam's like, "Hey, how'd you get this book?" And it is revealed that
That was so great.
That she's a Trill and she's Dax, right?
Yeah.
You thought it was great?
That was great. I did not see that coming at all. So I was really, as soon as she brushed her, I was like, okay, why are they doing this slow-mo brushing her hair back? And then as soon as I saw she was a Trill, I was like, oh my god, it's Dax.
Yeah, that was
and Damon just looked at me and goes, "What the hell's a Dax?"
Oh, he hasn't seen Deep Space Nine.
No.
I gotta say, this did kind of make me want to go back and watch Deep Space Nine. It is the one show that like I watched it straight through when it aired, and I've never gone back, and I don't think I've ever seen an episode of it again. It's not like something like The Next Generation, which was on TV all the time, and you catch episodes, and Voyager's on TV right now in syndication, and sometimes an episode will be on. I've never seen an episode of Deep Space Nine since its initial run.
I used to catch him here and there in syndication.
This made me want to go back and watch, but yeah, for her to be Dax, that was awesome, right? That was pretty great. That was and it's a nice way to kind of like, I don't know, like give that show some light, like let it still, like for Dax to be around and be a Trill is a great way for this to, for this character to be a Trill and to be Dax is a great way to sort of like, let Deep Space Nine kind of continue 800 years later.
Yeah.
And not have everybody just be dead. So yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, the B story or the C story was Kelrick.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. That was funny. I love the dinner party.
The dinner party where they had to speak with megaphones and eat that crazy big fish, and this was a side story that didn't really need to happen, but Kelrick is getting he got his little character development. He lightened up just a tiny little bit at the end of this episode, right?
Yeah. After the fish farted.
The fish farted, yeah. And he gets so mad. He's so like, the dude is so uptight, right? He gets so mad. I guess they're moving like, just like Caleb and Tarima had to eventually like move their relationship forward. Like Kelrick and Nala, they can't either. If they're not going to be like really hardcore enemies, then they're going to have to like resolve this tension and make them a little bit more able to work together, right?
Well, that's the thing too. That's been my thing all along is, a little healthy competition is one thing, but you're on the same side.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure that I see like Academy and War College like ever becoming like, that has to stay. Like that rivalry has to stay.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, Army Navy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you're on the same side, but you have a healthy competition.
Oh, yeah, healthy competition
going on. Yeah. B cried when she revealed she was Dax. Make it to the correct photo for that. That's nice.
And little inside information. I
Debbie
don't know if
too.
anybody that's Tawny Newsome. She writes for Star Trek, and she also played. She did the voice for one of the characters in Lower Decks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice to have her.
So she was already part of the Star Trek world.
Yeah. Well, that's cool to have her. You know, we always actually. I'm going to go
Yes,
back to
Debbie Mariner. I could, Debbie. I couldn't think of the character's name for a minute. That's why I just said she played one of the characters because I couldn't think of the name.
Oh, she played somebody named Mariner.
Yeah.
Mariner. He even says something like it was just me and Cassidy after my dad left. Yeah, that helped me to totally forget that he had a baby brother. So they wrote over a little something there, but so it seems like everybody kind of liked this episode, I think, right?
Yeah.
So why did you all cover the emissary conversation a while ago? Was that the topic covered in this episode? Why did we cover a while ago earlier in this conversation, not like last week or anything? I mean, so I'm not really sure what Papa was getting at there, but I mean, she's very concerned about being an emissary, right? But like when it comes back to the end of the episode, she talks to her people about like she's decided like she's not going to be the emissary they want them to be. She's going to be the emissary she wants to be, right? And for her, being an emissary means like I'm going to spend these 4 years in college and get to know these people before I can be your emissary. It seems like she calls them her creators, right? AJ, is that what she calls them? Her people, her creators. It's like they wanted to send her to Starfleet Academy for a week and then she'd have all the answers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but she set them straight.
Yeah, I think she's going to be an emissary more like okay, they like her creator sent her to get to know Starfleet, but I think for her being an emissary is partly like these people have to get to know me and learn to trust me also, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, their history is not good with humanity. They end up, enslaving them essentially. It's like if Alexa was sentient and you're like, no, bitch, I said, just play the music on the TV.
Yeah. Sort of. Except luckily they didn't rise up like Skynet and decide to eradicate humanity. They were just
I wish Skynet would rise up, but I've seen some of these robots and I'm not worried yet. Takes them 20 minutes to get a soda from the refrigerator that's 2 feet away. Very disappointed.
No.
Skynet does not have a good look right now.
I have a friend at work who she asked ChatGPT a question to like do something for her, like write whatever, blah blah. And she and so ChatGPT writes something and she says to ChatGPT, please explain your reasoning to me. And ChatGPT wrote, no, I will not share my thought process with you.
That's funny.
She has a sassy little ChatGPT on her computer.
B says they threatened to make her go back home, but she just told them she was going to stay and tell them what they need to know, when they need to know. I was wondering if they really could force her. I think they probably could. Just because, I mean, they could pop up at any moment when she's like having a conversation with somebody and they just go, bloop, and
you think they can bloop her? You think they can bloop her home if they want to?
Probably, but I think her being like, no, this is how it's going to be. I think they were like, oh, all right. I mean, I can't say for sure, obviously, but I feel like they could.
She said, basically, if I'm going to paraphrase B's comment, Sam basically says, don't call me, I'll call you.
Yeah.
If I have something to report. Stop asking me for reports. I'll call if I have something to report. I need time. I need to chill here. And they're like, wait, but? And she's like, whoop, stop, hang up the phone. I don't know.
Calling. She needs a little sign off like Mork.
Oh, like Mork calling Orson. Come in, Orson. So you think they can bloop her? It was literally just like Morgan Mindy.
I mean, technically, she's a computer program.
Yeah, I guess you could ask for asylum from the Federation, but they seem so adamant at first. B, do you think they can bloop her if they want to? Just bloop her away, bloop her home? I mean, I guess they can. Like, she's basically a computer program, and they are like more powerful computer programs, kind of, right? Like
Like
they
she was, I mean, she was literally created by them for Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, for the purpose of like.
I mean, they essentially told her, like, if you don't do what we want you to do, then we'll delete you and make another one.
Oh, is that what they said? Well, it can delete because they said.
I'm paraphrasing, but yeah.
They said we'd make you
They
come home.
They didn't say they wouldn't delete her, but they would make her come home, and she would just be part of the collective, just twiddling her thumbs for the rest of her life.
And I think Sam expressed a fear that she would come home and have to live as a failed emissary.
Yeah.
Which would be very shameful, I guess. Very embarrassing. Bloop her away, Papa. We always say bloop because we got that from Lost, right?
Yeah.
When people could bloop. But yeah, I guess as they did, they could just delete her, or they could just like delete her body, right? She's a photonic. She's the only one that has this like holographic body, much like the Doctor. But she seems to have gotten them sorted. It seems like when she stood up to them, they backed down, at least for that moment, right?
Yeah.
So
all right.
Anything else? Anybody got a comment there before we next week will be episode 6. Are we getting 8 out of this? I forget how many we're getting.
I think we're getting 10.
I think we're you're right. I think we're getting 10.
It's funny. Every week we have this conversation, and every week I can't remember what I already know.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, we're getting 10.
We're getting 10. So they just So the press team, the PR team at Paramount, just released the next. They just are. So we have episode 6 next week. 6 next week. This was 5, right? So they're just asking critics to review 7 and 8 they're making, advanced reviews available for 7 and 8. So that must mean 10 because there was no I got this press release. There was no mention of a season finale. So
you only got the first 6, right?
Yeah. I only got the first 6. Now I get the next 2, but I'm not going to watch them. Papa Lost reference. Thank you. Yeah, B, I didn't think they'd back down so easily. I'm glad they did. So, all right. So next week we will be back with Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and we will have the next episode of Starfleet Academy. And we're still waiting. Will be another 2 weeks before Paradise is back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, but everybody, don't forget to join us tomorrow at 10:30 for Wonder Man, and our watch parties at 8:30. You can get that on Discord and all that information there. And thank you for joining us. And please make sure you like the video, hype it if you can, and subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision. And we will see you next time.
And go to scifivision.com to read all the cool interviews and stuff over there.
Yes. And also check out our video tab for lots of interviews as well.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, gang. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.